threats at bay, but Jake knew he couldn't let his guard down. As he rested, he reflected on the challenges ahead and the competition's ruthless nature. Each passing moment reinforced the gravity of his situation. Survival meant everything. Morning broke with a chilling mist enveloping the forest. Jake emerged from the cave, rejuvenated but wary. He continued deeper into the dense undergrowth, relying on his senses to navigate the labyrinthine terrain. Suddenly, he heard a commotion nearby. Another contestant struggling against a vicious predator. Without hesitation, Jake sprinted towards the fray, spear in hand. The scene unfolded rapidly. The predator, a massive quadrupedal creature with gnashing teeth, had cornered a humanoid contestant against a towering rock. Jake lunged forward, driving his spear into the beast's flank. Roaring in pain, the predator turned its attention towards Jake, who narrowly evaded its snapping jaws. The other contestant, a slender alien with agile reflexes, seized the opportunity, delivering a swift blow that incapacitated the creature. Breathing heavily, Jake and the other contestant exchanged a nod of gratitude before parting ways. Each step brought Jake closer to the clearing at the forest's heart, the next critical milestone in his bid to survive and advance. Hours passed in tense solitude. The forest's dangers seemed to multiply with each stride, testing Jake's resolve at every turn. He encountered precarious ravines, concealed traps, and aggressive flora that seemed to react to his every movement. Yet, fueled by determination and a growing familiarity with the forest's rhythms, Jake pressed onward. As he approached the clearing, the atmosphere shifted palpably. Sunlight filtered through the canopy, casting long shadows across the forest floor. Jake sensed he was not alone. A faint rustling and whispered murmurs suggested others were converging on the same destination. He tightened his grip on the spear, readying himself for whatever awaited. Finally, emerging from the foliage, Jake entered the clearing, a natural amphitheater bathed in dappled sunlight. 15 contestants, a diverse array of beings, stood scattered across the open space, their expressions ranging from relief to apprehension. Cartha's voice resonated from above, echoing through the clearing. "Congratulations to those who have survived the first challenge," Carth announced, his holographic image materializing before them. "You have proven your mettle in the face of adversity. But remember, the challenges ahead will demand even more." Jake glanced around, acknowledging the weary but determined faces of his fellow survivors. The realization sank in that each one had endured their own harrowing journey to reach this point. The air hummed with a mix of tension and camaraderie as they awaited instructions for the next phase of the intergalactic survival challenge. As Jake caught his breath, he knew the real test had only just begun. He had survived the forest, but ahead lay new trials, each one a crucible of strategy, skill, and resilience. With the ultimate prize tantalizingly close yet still uncertain, Jake steeled himself for whatever lay ahead, resolved to navigate the treacherous path towards victory in this interstellar arena. Despite knowing he couldn't stay hidden forever, Jake continued to move, aware that predators were always close. By dawn, his body ached from constant vigilance and exertion, but he had covered considerable ground. He spotted a clearing in the distance and quickened his pace, heart pounding with a mix of hope and fear. As he approached, he saw other contestants emerging from the forest, some injured and others exhausted. Cartha's voice echoed, triumphant and commanding. "Congratulations to the 15 who have survived. You have proven your resilience. Prepare for the next challenge." Jake collapsed onto the grass, relief flooding through him. He had made it through the first test, but he knew the next would be just as challenging, if not more so. After a brief rest, the survivors were transported to the entrance of an immense, shifting labyrinth. The walls were high and seemingly impenetrable, covered in strange, glowing symbols that pulsed with rhythmic light. The air was thick with an eerie, oppressive energy. Karna's voice filled the air once again. "Welcome to the second challenge. This labyrinth is designed to test your intellect and problem-solving abilities. Navigate through its shifting paths to reach the exit. The first 10 to escape will move on to the next round. Beware, for the labyrinth is alive and constantly changing. Let the challenge begin." The contestants exchanged weary glances before plunging into the maze. Jake took a deep breath and stepped forward, the ground beneath his feet shifting slightly with each step. He quickly realized that the labyrinth's walls were not only moving but also seemed to react to his presence. Jake paused to study the glowing symbols, which appeared to be part of a complex puzzle that might reveal the safest path through the maze. As he pondered their meaning, he heard a scream from somewhere within the labyrinth. He knew time was of the essence. He touched one of the symbols, and a section of the wall slid open, revealing a narrow passageway. He moved quickly, hoping he was on the right track. The passage twisted and turned, and Jake had to rely on his memory and instincts to navigate the ever-changing paths. He encountered several dead ends and traps along the way. At one point, he narrowly avoided being crushed by a section of the wall that suddenly closed in on him. He used his spear to wedge it open just enough to slip through, his heart racing. As he progressed, Jake noticed that the symbols became more complex and the labyrinth's challenges more daunting. He found himself in a chamber with multiple exits, each guarded by a different puzzle. He chose one that seemed solvable, a series of logical riddles etched into the stone. He worked through the riddles methodically, his mind racing. He knew he had to be quick but careful. One wrong move could spell disaster. As he solved the final riddle, the exit opened, and he sprinted down the newly revealed corridor. The labyrinth seemed to sense his urgency, and the walls shifted more rapidly. Jake barely managed to stay ahead of the moving barriers, his body fueled by adrenaline and determination. Finally, he saw the light of the exit ahead and pushed himself to his limits, bursting through just as the passage closed behind him. Panting and exhausted, Jake collapsed outside the labyrinth. He looked around and saw other contestants emerging, some battered and bruised but alive. Cartha's voice echoed once more, this time tinged with approval. Congratulations to the 10 who have escaped the labyrinth. You have shown great intellect and resourcefulness. Rest now, for the next challenge awaits. Jake lay back on the ground, his body aching but his mind sharp. He had made it through 2 grueling tests, but he knew the worst was yet to come. The remaining challenges would be even more demanding, pushing him and the others to their absolute limits. After a brief respite, the remaining 10 contestants were gathered in a grand amphitheater. The atmosphere was charged with anticipation, and the audience of tyrants filled the stands, eager to witness the next phase of the competition. The amphitheater was equipped with advanced technology that allowed for dynamic stage setups and immersive visual effects. Karna appeared on a central platform, his multiple eyes glinting with excitement. Welcome to the 3rd challenge, the Talent Showcase. Each of you will have the opportunity to demonstrate the unique abilities and skills of your species. Impress our esteemed judges and the audience, and you will secure your place in the final challenge. Only 5 will advance. Let the show begin. The contestants were called up one by one to perform. A towering insectoid creature mesmerized the crowd with a dazzling display of bioluminescence and intricate aerial maneuvers. A reptilian competitor showcased its incredible strength by lifting massive boulders effortlessly. Each performance was met with cheers and applause, the tyrant audience enthralled by the spectacle. When it was Jake's turn, he felt a surge of nerves. He knew he couldn't rely on physical prowess alone. He needed to showcase something uniquely human. Drawing on his knowledge of Earth technology and his quick thinking, he decided to create a miniaturized solar power generator using the limited resources he had been allowed to bring with him. As he assembled the device on stage, he explained the principles behind it, highlighting humanity's ingenuity and adaptability. The generator powered a series of small lights, creating a captivating light show that symbolized hope and progress. The audience watched in awe as Jake's creation illuminated the amphitheater, a testament to human innovation. When the performances concluded, Karna returned to the stage. The judges have made their decisions. The following contestants will advance to the final challenge: Reiner, Kazara, Zelf, Mana, and Jake. Congratulations to the finalists. Jake breathed a sigh of relief. He had made it through another round. However, the final challenge loomed ahead, and he knew it would be the most difficult test yet. The finalists were transported to an open arena with diverse terrain, featuring lush forests, rocky mountains, and expansive deserts, all under a dome simulating various environmental conditions. In the center of the arena stood a massive, multi-level structure bristling with advanced technology and intricate puzzles. Carnot's voice echoed through the arena. "Welcome to the final challenge. This is a test of strategy and intelligence. You must navigate the structure, solve the puzzles, and reach the central chamber. The first to arrive will be declared the winner. Remember, alliances can be made, but only one can claim the prize. Let the challenge begin." The contestants scattered, each taking a different approach. Jake knew he couldn't rely on brute strength or speed. He had to outthink his competitors. He started by carefully observing the structure, noting the various entry points and the complexity of the visible puzzles. He decided to form a temporary alliance with Mana, a slender amphibious creature known for its analytical mind. They agreed to work together to solve the initial puzzles and gain an advantage over the others. The first puzzle required them to decipher a complex series of symbols and align them in a specific sequence to unlock a door. Using their combined intellect, Jake and Mana quickly solved the puzzle and advanced to the next level. Here, they encountered a series of traps and obstacles that required precise timing and coordination to navigate. Mana's agility and Jake's problem-solving skills proved to be a powerful combination, allowing them to overcome each challenge efficiently. As they progressed deeper into the structure, the puzzles became more intricate, demanding both mental acuity and strategic thinking. Jake's ability to think several steps ahead and anticipate potential obstacles gave them a crucial edge. However, he knew that the alliance could not last forever. As they neared the central chamber, Jake and Mana encountered Kazara, a fierce and cunning predator. Recognizing the threat, Jake devised a plan to outmaneuver Kazara. He whispered to Mana, suggesting they split up to create a diversion. Mana hesitated but agreed, trusting Jake's judgment. Jake led Kazara on a wild chase through the labyrinthine corridors, using his knowledge of the structure's layout to stay one step ahead. Meanwhile, Mana continued toward the central chamber, determined to complete the challenge. After a tense pursuit, Jake managed to lose Kazara by activating a hidden trap, sending her plummeting to a lower level. With Kazara out of the way, Jake raced towards the central chamber. He arrived just as Mana was attempting to solve the final puzzle, a complex three-dimensional maze that required both dexterity and spatial awareness. Jake joined Mana, and together they manipulated the maze, guiding a small orb to the center. As the orb clicked into place, the central chamber doors swung open. Jake turned to Mana, gratitude and determination in his eyes. "It's been an honor working with you, but this is where we part ways." Mana nodded, understanding the unspoken agreement. They had come this far together, but only one could claim the prize. With a final handshake, Jake entered the central chamber alone. Inside, he found the ultimate prize, a sleek, futuristic spacecraft capable of faster-than-light travel. Carnot's voice resonated through the chamber, filled with admiration. "Congratulations, Jacob Earth. You have proven your species' resilience, intelligence, and adaptability. You are the winner of the 682 Intergalactic Survival Challenge." The Tyrants watched in awe as Jake's spacecraft ascended, disappearing into the vast expanse of space. Carnot addressed the audience one last time. "This has been a remarkable competition, showcasing the incredible diversity and strength of life across the universe. Until the next challenge, may the stars guide you."